Okay, we're live.
Great, thank you. Welcome everyone to the March 17th meeting of the Motor Vehicle and Transportation Subcommittee here in the Maryland House of Delegates. Thank you for joining us. Glad that you're here. A quick note on norms. We do ask that visitors, guests to the Zoom, please keep your camera and microphones off until you're asked a direct question. Thank you for your patience with that. And I'd like to give a quick thank you to our committee counsel, Patrick Tracy, who keeps things rocking and rolling, and to my chief of staff, Leifka Haas, who's running the Zoom for us. So let's go ahead and get started. We have an agenda, a pretty short agenda for us. Leifka's bringing that up today. We're going to review House Bill 844. That's the fee exemption for unemployable disabled veterans from Delegate Griffith. We've got House Bill 1567. That is the Pass Pedestrians Safely Act. We have from Delegate Odom, House Bill 646, that's driver licenses, self-reporting of medical conditions from Delegate Guyton. And lastly, House Bill 1569, that's a parking enforcement bill, vehicles in custody or control of auto repair or storage facility from Delegate Young. So let's get started. House Bill 844. I believe all of these bills have a few amendments, so we're going to walk through those. Patrick, can you take it away? House Bill 844. Do we have a reprint on that?
No, because there is none.
Okay, hooray. This is unamended.
This is unamended.
Thank you.
This is Delegate Griffith's bill. I think he's had it in 2 years now. Registration fee exemption for unemployable disabled veterans. I think we'd done this a couple years ago for hunting and fishing licenses. This provides an exemption, as it says, for registration fees for not more than one vehicle owned or leased by and personally used by a veteran who is unemployable due to a service-connected disability. And unemployable is a classification under federal law.
Great. So this bill...
this has also been approved to move by appropriations.
Right, because it did have a fiscal note. And we have to be attentive to fiscal notes. So again, this is a bill that relieves some cost pressure from our veterans who are unemployable due to a service-connected disability. It applies to one vehicle, not more than one vehicle owned or leased by that veteran. Is that right, Patrick?
Correct.
Okay. Any discussion on this bill?
Favorable on the bill.
Second.
All right, properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any further questions or discussion? Any opposed? Okay, hearing none. House Bill 844 passes. I think I did that right?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. Thanks, everyone. House Bill 1567, the Pass Pedestrians Safely Act. Patrick, this one did have an amendment, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, and I believe Leifka is pulling it up now.
Thank you, Leifka. Go ahead, Patrick.
Okay, with the amendment, well, the bill itself had various rules for passing, for bicycles passing pedestrians and other bicycles, including a requirement to exercise due care and to give 3 feet. A lot of testimony went to the effect that, hey, a lot of these spaces where bicycles are don't have 3 feet. So the amendments strike the requirement to exercise due care when to avoid a collision with a vehicle or another pedestrian and overtaking the passing by not less than 3 feet. So it leaves that an operator of a bicycle, motor scooter, or Segway shall give an audible warning by voice or bell, horn, and other device before overtaking and passing a pedestrian. And it's a secondary offense, and it sets a civil penalty of $25.
Thank you. Leafka, could you scroll down to page 2, line 24, 25, where you'll see their strikeouts. So this is a provision that Patrick mentioned had been removed. And Patrick, I just want to make sure everybody understands the change we've made. So we're still requiring bicyclists to, be careful when passing pedestrians, and we're asking them to give an audible warning as opposed to that 3-foot, enforceable limit, correct?
Correct.
Everybody could see that. And then the rest of the bill, if you scroll to the end of the reprint, next page, Leafka, this is what Patrick was saying about sorry, go ahead, Patrick.
The secondary offense and the $25 civil fine.
Okay. Any discussion on this amended bill, on the amendments? Any questions? Oh, I see questions. Hands. Delegate Morgan, please feel free to unmute and ask to be recognized if I don't see you right away.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
By chance, with the amendments, have all the bicycle people coming on board with this? Because it seems like they're not happy.
Well, they weren't happy with the 3-foot. They were fine. The testimony that talked about the audible signal was fine with it.
So you're saying now, Patrick, that both Bike Maryland and Baltimore people-oriented places are happy with the bill with the amendments?
I can't say that. Let me try to find this testimony here. This is Bike Maryland. Quote, we support requiring cyclists to provide an audible warning when passing pedestrians. In practice, this is the most relevant on shared use paths and trails where such conduct is typically already set by local trail rules and guidance. That's Bike Maryland.
And thank you, Patrick. And they also emphasize that the best solution to this problem of passing safely is better infrastructure. And that means, dedicated paths for bicycles and separated paths for bicycles and separated paths for pedestrians. But to the extent that sometimes we do have to share the rights of way with different modes, with people moving in different manners, this bill just asks people on bikes to give an audible signal, and Bike Maryland did support audible signals. And I'm just looking at Baltimore for people-oriented places testimony. I love that you're looking out for the bike community, Delegate Morgan.
Well, it's to me, it becomes a really complicated situation because, like I said, I'm a rural guy, so we don't have these kind of issues up there, but I'm looking at these pictures, and the more times that we move for bicycles and parking lanes and things like that, it just seems like more and more often, multimodal transportation is not going to be the answer. It's going to be mass transit. It could be bicycles, we call it remote drive, the remote car with the goober on top with the Uber thing. So it just concerns me. To me, it's complicated, especially not being an urban guy. Look, okay, what kind of a whistle are you going to have on the bicycle or something to create the noise? And if somebody's driving along the street and it's in the summertime and they got an air conditioner running, are they even going to hear the sound? Or in the winter, the same thing, period? That's where I sort of wonder.
Well, this is only about pedestrians.
I get that, but okay. You're hoping that the pedestrian is paying enough attention to the person coming down the bicycle lane at a certain rate of speed that if they're walking if they're walking down or crossing a crosswalk and they got their headphones on and they're playing on their cell phone, that the bicyclist is going to beep the horn or something and hope that the person who is crossing the street, whether illegally or illegally, is going to hear the sound and everybody's going to be happy. That's what I'm trying to, in my head, get my arms around. Maybe Delegate Odom could explain his bill.
Thank you, Delegate Morgan. Delegate
Thank you.
Odom?
There we go.
Delegate Odom, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Bank Maryland was really concerned initially about the bill because they have additional concerns other than what the bill is addressing as
Right.
so. And so this doesn't cover those things that they have, like the photos that were sent. I'm assuming you've got the same illustrations that I got from, there you go. So this bill wouldn't necessarily pertain to bicycles that are in a bicycle lane. This bill is supposed to address, for example, if there is no bicycle lane, and bicycles can ride on the sidewalk, I think, in many jurisdictions. So if you're on the sidewalk, then that's where the concern was with pedestrians. And I think that the amended bill may have taken out the 3-foot clause, I think.
Yes.
Okay, yes, because it may not be practicable to give 3 feet, so they just left in the audible warning. And that can be either voice or horn or bell, of that nature. Now, I did point out something. Now, I'm not a bicyclist, but I did point out that and I'm sure bicyclists are aware that they may be traveling past someone that may be hearing impaired. So I would not think that they would assume if they give that audible that the person would necessarily move. But that's another story. I mean, that this doesn't cover that, obviously. But they were fine with the changes that we made, and so to that point, Delegate Morgan, yeah, they were fine with those changes.
Does that help answer your questions, Delegate Morgan? Okay, he gave us a thumbs up. Thank you, Delegate Odom. I see Delegate Healy's hand is up. Delegate Healy?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I guess I'm also thinking about it from the perspective of the pedestrian, who may be hard of hearing, but also may have, mobility issues and is walking very slowly or with a cane and can't get out of the way anyhow. If a motorized vehicle like a scooter or something is coming up behind them, just because you beep beep, get out of my way is probably not is not enough to get them into a safe position. And I'm just wondering, and this is sort of from the opposite perspective, that maybe whoever's going faster should be the one that has to yield rather than the person who can't move very quickly to get out of the way.
That sounds like a great bill to reduce car crashes into pedestrians. Yeah, I like that, Delegate Healy, but that's not the subject of this bill. But I hear you. I hear you. Any discussion? Thank you, Delegate.
And I just remind the subcommittee that before, right now there's nothing.
Yeah. So that's something's better than nothing.
And if I might add that this was intended to be have minimal impact on the community, and it certainly is a secondary offense, as it states in there, unless the bicyclist has violated something else, they wouldn't be fined or penalized for this infraction, or of course, unless there's an accident, perhaps, maybe, but it has to be a secondary enforcement.
And everyone understands what that means. I guess you guys have all been on E&T for a while. Okay. Any further discussion?
Move the amendments, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
On the amendments, thank you. All those in favor of the amendments, say aye.
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 Any further discussion? Any opposition? Okay, the amendments passed. Do I have a motion on the bill as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor of House Bill 1567 as amended, say aye.
Aye.
Any discussion? Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? All right, House Bill 1567 passes. Thank you. We move to House Bill 646. That's the self-reporting of medical conditions. Patrick, I do believe this one has amendments. Leafka will help us out. Thank you. Go ahead, Patrick.
Yes. Give me a quick second here. There we go. Okay, we're on 646.
646.
Okay. This is the self-reporting bill, which says that if the doctor's report, medical provider report, or physician referral shall be the primary factor in the administration's decision on whether to issue, refuse, or cancel the driver's license. And then they can require additional testing of a licensee. And then it provides for an expedited process for obtaining a learner's permit so that the individual can take driver's ed or driver's test. The amendments.
Leafka, you can keep scrolling till you see the language that Patrick's discussing.
Yeah, the amendments come from MVA, and there's actually two sets here. This is the codified set that they can require additional documentation, written or other materials, written statements related to the diagnosis following the disclosure. So not just testing, other documentation. And then, Leifka, do you have the other amendment that I'd sent to you? This is uncodified language that MVA is committing to looking at. We'll get you the specific language in a second. Is committed to looking at this matter over the interim. Right.
And the reason we felt that uncodified language was important is because we don't want the perfect to be the enemy of the good. There's more work to be done and we can do it. Go ahead, Patrick. Don't let me interrupt. Now Leifka's got it up for us.
Well, I could pretty much just repeat it. MVA review its current practices for medical case review, consider current practices, industry best practices with respect to streamlining case review and using electronic communications where permissible. Obviously, this isn't in draft form yet, or in amendment form yet. And then the administration shall update the General Assembly at the end of the year in time for the next session.
And thank you, Patrick. I just wanted to say that there were a number of bills that touched this subject matter of driver's license, eligibility, and this was one of the important bills that touched on driver license eligibility. And MVA, in many conversations that I had with MVA, expressed a willingness to keep working to improve their processes. And I'm committed to rolling up my sleeves alongside them over the summer and fall to figure out how to get the very best outcome that we can. And that's what this uncodified language aims to do. So I'd love to, did we finish going through the bill? I think there was something about learner's permits at the end of the reprint. Do we want to make sure everybody sees that too, Patrick?
Yeah, I went over that. That's the expedited learner's permit process.
Okay, you did that already. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Leifka. Members, any questions? I see Delegate Hewley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The only question I have is this the only bill on this subject matter that we are going to take up, or are we going to be dealing with the other bills that have been put before us? I'm particularly interested in Delegate Kerr's bill on sleep apnea issues and how that ended up on a list. It didn't seem to fit any of the other standards that they were talking about.
Right. This is the only driver license bill we're taking up today. And, there's a lot can happen between now and sine die.
It's just a question of whether this would be a vehicle to amend on that language, or if we're going to take it up in the other bill. That's what I want to know.
Right. This is the bill we're looking at today, Delegate Hewley. Okay. All right. Thank you, Delegate Guyton.
Thank you. If it's okay with you, Madam Chair,
yes.
Can I just speak to Delegate Healy's question?
Yes, please.
Okay. Delegate Healy, in our conversations with the MVA, and I also want to thank them for their willingness to really dive into this, because I recognize if MBA's with us, I kind of went hard on them yesterday. So they really do want to help solve the problem. But one of the things that they did say is that they had already done an expedited process for sleep apnea. So they've already done the work in that area. And anything that they have not yet done, I think, at least I won't speak for the chair, felt comfortable that they would get to it through this process.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
That's helpful. Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. And the bill sponsor, who has been dedicated to working these things out. All right. Any other questions on the amendments?
Move the amendments, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. I see you, Delegate Morgan. All right. The amendments have been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any further discussion? Any opposed? Hearing none, the amendments to House Bill 646 pass. Do I have a motion on the bill?
Move favorable on the bill.
Second.
As amended, thank you. The bill as amended has been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion? I see Delegate Odom. Oh, okay.
Hit the wrong button.
No worries. No such thing as a wrong button. Okay. The bill is amended, has been moved and seconded. All those in favor, you guys said aye. We just had discussion. Any opposed? All right, hearing none. House Bill 646 is amended, passes. Thank you, guys. Lastly, for today, we have House Bill 1569. That's the vehicles in custody of an auto repair storage facility. I do believe we had we got the reprint. Thanks, Leafka. Patrick, can you walk us through this one?
Yeah, this is a bill we heard, I believe, last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, where if the parking citation is issued due to auto repair or storage facility parking the vehicle on the street, and if the owner can show that the vehicle was in the custody of that shop, then they can dismiss the citation against the owner and reissue it against, if they feel they have enough evidence, can reissue it against the auto repair shop or storage facility. And the amendment just takes out of the bill self-service storage facilities, which exist and are places, where you rent a storage area, you put your vehicle in. This is under the definition of this entity. You put your vehicle or other possessions, whatever, in, and then you take it out. They have nothing to do with moving it around, putting it in the streets. They don't touch your car. So the amendment exempts them from the bill.
So the auto repair or storage facility, the storage facility was an auto-related storage facility. Is that what this bill means now?
It means, I'm sorry?
I just want to get clear on the definition of storage facility that we've amended in. We took out self-storage facility, but
Correct.
the language of storage facility remains. And what kind of facility would that be? That's not self-storage.
Storing an automobile at a repair shop or something like that.
Okay, so it'd be auto-related storage.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Just making sure. Thank you, Patrick. Any discussion on the amendments? All right. Thank you, Leafka. I think, is everybody done seeing the reprint? Thank you. No discussion on the amendments. Do I have a motion on the amendments?
Move favorable.
Is there a
Second.
Amendments have been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any discussion or questions on the amendments? Any opposed? Okay, the amendments have been adopted. Do I have a motion on the bill as amended?
Move favorable.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. The bill as amended has been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any conversation? All right, any opposition? Okay, House Bill 1569 is amended, passes. Thank you, everyone. That's all the business we had on our agenda for this subcommittee meeting. I'm going to thank you and thank our guests. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Okay, we are adjourned. See you guys on